Well, for this cold February day, I think I'm going to head out to East Texas. It's going to rain, and that brings the salamanders out. So hopefully, we can get out there, find some spotted salamanders, maybe some marbled salamanders, dwarf salamanders. Who knows? Probably see some mole salamanders too. Hopefully, we can see some snakes, but I'm not optimistic. It's definitely cold, and it's going to be rainy and cold, and that's not usually a good combination to bring out the snakes, but definitely is good for the salamanders. So let's get out there and see what we can find. Hope you all enjoy. Oh, yeah. Found our first salamander out on the move. Little marbled salamander. Oh, Watch out, Harley girl. Look at that beauty. That is a pretty little salamander. Too cool. Definitely heading over there, probably toward this little ditch. This is a nice spot that I've found marbled salamanders in the past, spotted salamanders, and even a mole salamander. I felt pretty confident coming here tonight. Awesome. Well, let's keep going. Hopefully find a spotted salamander next. That'd be awesome. Alright, got our second salamander of the night. Or second marbled salamander of the night, I should say. Just hanging out in a little roadside ditch. Seems perfectly content in the water, even though it's getting colder. Look at that thick tail. It's definitely a healthy salamander. Too cool. Alright, our next amphibian is a frog. I will identify this later. But he is neat looking. Hey Harley, you found the next one? A little mole salamander? They're little goofy salamanders, but I still like finding them. They're pretty interesting looking. Another frog. How close are you gonna let me get? Alright, I'll leave you alone. Pretty cool. So here's the first salamander of the night. He made his way off the road into this water. It's a pretty one. A little different pattern from the second one we saw. So after that last salamander, we didn't see much else. It was getting pretty late and it started to rain a little bit and the temperature was dropping fast. Ended up getting down to 36 degrees and I still had to go set up my tent. So I went and found a good little place to camp, set up my tent, and but on the way I did catch a few surprises, which I'll show here in a little bit. But woke up in the morning, freezing cold, got something to eat, and then decided it was time to head out to a different area and see what we could turn up. Flipping logs, trying to find some more salamanders, hopefully some snakes, but I wasn't very optimistic. Definitely a little cold for snakes to be moving, but you never know. You know, the sun was out, it was warming up a little bit, but at least we can walk around the woods and have a little fun and see what we can see. So, on my way back to set up my camp last night, I found these two guys. Little spotted salamander on the right, mole salamander here on the left. Mole salamander was crossing a busy road, so I got him and decided to release him over here near where I found the spotted salamander, because I have seen mole salamanders here before. Matter of fact, we did see one on the channel last night. So I'm going to release them nearby, find a nice little log to put them under. Obviously not together, but yeah, that's spotted salamander. That's the reason I drove 3.5 hours. Literally just to see one of these. The things we do to find reptiles and amphibians. That's such a pretty salamander. I'll never get tired of finding these. Okay, so this is the mole salamander that I caught last night on my way back to where I was camping. It was on a busy road, so I decided to pick him up, hold him overnight, and release him in the morning to an area where he probably wouldn't get ran over by a car. So this is an area where we saw the mole salamander last night crossing the road. The road is a tiny little backwoods road that is not used very much. So I decided to release him here under this little log. It's not rotted, but it's not necessarily a recently fallen log. So I just make a little dugout there, and I'm just gonna drop him in there and maybe fill a little bit of dirt around him. Make sure that humidity is adequate. These are mole salamanders, so they do like to dig anyways, and he's gonna dig in there. He's gonna make his own little dugout. He doesn't need me to do anything for him. All right, well, I think that'll work. And then I'm gonna gently put the log back down. After releasing the mole salamander, I looked around a little bit more in the area, but didn't find anything new. So I headed to a new spot for marbled salamanders. Alright, so what I'm doing now is just walking along this dried up creek bed that still has some water. These look like little vernal pools. Got a few decent sized logs, small logs, all of which you can find a marbled salamander under. But I want to stay in proximity to these little vernal pools, because no doubt they use these. This makes good habitat for them. So I'll update you with anything I find. Back up, puppies. Oh, nice. Little marbled salamander. What are you doing, buddy? Oh yeah. Perfect. This is what I was hoping to find over here. Look at that. All right, buddy. I'm gonna scoop you up. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I guess I don't need to scoop you up. I've got pictures of others. All right. I just gotta put this log down gently. Well, under this little log, we have our second salamander of the day. Another little marbled salamander. Let's see if we can flip this over without disturbing him too much. Hopefully he didn't move on me. Oh, there he is. All right. There you are. Yeah, another nice little marbled salamander. He's kind of hidden there. I love the leaf. I don't want to disturb him too much. I'm sorry, buddy. Look at that. He's definitely sleeping. Cool. All right, buddy. I'll let you get back to it. Oh, lot of herping is walking around for hours on end, flipping logs, rocks, and just generally banging your head on stuff. I tried to teach my dogs how to sniff out salamanders on this trip, but they kept getting distracted by squirrels. Oh well. Alright, so our next salamander is a little western dwarf salamander. I found him underneath this log over there on that side. He did jump out of my hand though, so I don't want to handle him too much. So he's being pretty photogenic as long as I'm not holding him, which I can understand. After searching this last little vernal pool, I decided it was getting late in the day and I needed to head home. For a quick little 24-hour hotshot trip, I'd say this was a success. Found one spotted salamander, 4 or 5 marbled salamanders, a couple mole salamanders too, I believe, and then I don't even know how many dwarf salamanders, but it was a lot. Well, thanks for watching, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. It all helps the channel.